Hey everybody, it's time for PE. I give this a 2 thumbs up. Today, we are going to be working on some flexibility and balance activities. So in today's lesson, we're going to be working on making our muscles longer and stronger with some flexibility and balance activities. Flexibility means we are stretching our muscles so that we can do more, we don't get hurt. Balance means we're staying in the spot to make our muscles stronger, and then that combination is going to help us to do more things in PE. So let's get ready.
Alright guys, so for this video we're going to start with a 5-minute jog in place. There's going to be a timer. You're going to jog in place. Can you stop? Sure, give yourself a few seconds and carry on. If you can't jog the whole time because you start to get tired, that's okay. Or you can slow it down to a march or a walk in place. So get ready, we're going to start by jogging in place. When the timer starts, so do you.
Okay, so remember, our first thing is a 5-minute jog in place. You can stop and walk, you can take a few seconds rest, but 5 minutes of jogging in place. Start when you see the timer.
Okay guys, so today, or this week for these two lessons, we're going to be working on balance and flexibility. Now, normally we don't do them separately, so we're going to do them separately, but we include them in a lot of the things that we do. So we're going to be working on some balances where we're holding a position and not wobbling too much or trying to hold it nice and still. And we're going to be working on some stretches which helps to increase flexibility. Flexibility is one of the fitness components. And when we talk about it, what we mean is how far we stretch and move around a joint. So where we have joints at shoulders, at hips, at knees and such, we can move them, all right? Now, flexibility is how long and stretchy my muscles are, so how far I can move in certain ways. So we're going to be working on those things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get moving a little bit, and then we're going to work on some stretches, and then maybe some more moving. So we're going to be doing a whole bunch of different things, all right? What I would like you to do is watch, follow along so you know what to do, and then you're going to get 30 seconds to do it, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jog in place. Remember, when we're jogging in place, get your feet off of the ground, all right? Not just tiny ones where your feet are hardly coming up. Get your feet all the way off the ground and get to jogging, all right? You have 30 seconds, ready, go. Is done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch these muscles here at quadriceps. For this, you may need to be near a wall or something to keep your balance. I would like you to try and do it without holding on, but if you need to, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we grab our foot, and then we're going to keep our knee pointing to the ground, legs together, so knees together, and we're just going to pull our foot towards our bottom. When you do that, you should feel it kind of pulling here. If it hurts, it's too much. So remember, we grab our foot, knees together, point your knee to the ground. You see how I wobbled? I'm going to balance that. I'm going to put my arm out, and then I'm going to stare straight ahead of me. All right? So you are going to do it on that same leg. Ready, go. Now we're going to switch to the other leg. Exactly the same thing again. Remember, we grab our foot. I've got my arm out to balance, knees are together. Oh no, if I wobble, you can hold on to something or try again. So look straight ahead or look at the floor. Grab your foot, knees together, and pull your foot towards your bottom. Remember, you should feel a pull there. It shouldn't hurt, but it should feel kind of tight. So this side, ready, go. Great job. So we started jogging in place, we got moving. Then we stretched our quadriceps to increase flexibility, but we also worked on balance because we were on one foot. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our low plank. So we've done this before. Remember, when we do a low plank, elbows, hands on the ground, toes on the ground, and we hold our body nice and still. Remember, no bottoms in the air, no tummies near the ground, nice and still. We are holding it nice and still. You should feel it in the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on balance and some stretching. So here's what I need you to do. We are going to get on to hands and knees. So you can see my hands are under my shoulders and my knees are under my hips. If I'm all the way back here, it's wrong. I kind of want to look like a table. And then what you're going to do is we're going to lift opposite hands and leg. So I'm going to start with this hand and then the opposite leg. All right. So the hand on this side, I'm going to show you face on. So this hand, but this leg, all right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift and hold them nice and straight, all right? So what you want to do is when you're doing it, keep as straight as you can. Nice straight arms, nice straight legs. Remember, rest of your body is still. One arm, one leg, hold it nice and still. Your time starts now. On the one side, now we're going to do it the same thing except on the opposite side. So this time it's this hand and this leg. So remember, straight arm and leg, keep it nice and straight, hold it nice and still. And then when you're doing it, if you feel that wobble, you may have to adjust. So you've really got to work hard on keeping your body still. So remember, opposite hand and leg, nice straight arm, straight leg, hold it nice and still. Ready, go. You probably found that the hand that you write with, when that was in the air, you could balance a little bit better. Or when it was the other one, might have been a little bit unbalanced. And that's just because of how you're used to using different sides of your body. All right, our next one is a shoulder stand. And what we're looking to do is keep our body in a nice straight position. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your hands by your side. Now I do it with my hands under my back, it just helps me, all right, to begin with. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get up into a nice straight position. Now you can see I'm a little too far back, so I want to try and straighten out. Now, one of the things that we're going to notice is we might not get completely straight. And you know what? At this point, that is fine. We're just figuring out how to do it. So when you get your legs in the air, you're going to have support on your hands at your hips and your elbows on the ground. So I've gone the whole way up. Do you see I've got hands on my hips, elbows on the ground, and I'm going to try and straighten out a little bit more, and I hold it still. Now, like I said, if you don't go completely straight, it's not a problem. One thing to be aware of, try and do it on a soft floor or put something soft under your elbows, because where they're holding against the ground, on a hard floor it might hurt, all right? So my suggestion is do it on a soft floor if you've got carpet, do it on there, or just put a cushion or something soft under each elbow. So remember, we are getting up nice and high. See if you can get up nice and straight. So here, I am way too far back, so I need to straighten out and try and get up to the ceiling. Your time starts now. Hardest one, and that's okay. And the thing with doing some of these is the more we do them, the easier they get. So you can do it again, absolutely, and you might find it a little bit easier. This time, we are going to touch the ground, jump. When we jump, I want you to reach up high with your hands, all right? So touch the ground, jump. Touch the ground, jump. You have 30 seconds, go. Last two things. Now this one, I'm going to be honest, is probably the one that you might wobble a little bit the most on. So if you need to do it near a wall to hold on to, not a problem. What we're going to do is we're going to be stretching our gluteus maximus. That's what they call the muscle in your bottom. Funny name, muscle in your bottom. It's a big muscle. It does a lot of stuff from when we're running in place, when we're lifting, jumping, because we already stretched these muscles. So now we're going to stretch the muscles in our bottom. So what we're going to do is, we're going to put our foot just above our knee. Alright, our ankle I should say. So your ankle goes just above your knee. Alright? But that's not the stretch, because now we're just standing as a balance. So this is a balance and a stretch. Excuse me. So what we're going to do, ankle goes above your knee. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bend. Alright? And when you bend, what that does is it stretches your glutes. So we get down and then we try and stretch. Now, when you do it, don't let your knee come up. Keep your knee down so when you're stretching. Now, I wobbled a little bit because I'm talking to the camera, so it makes it a little bit harder because I'm not watching. So I'm going to do it against the wall just to show you. So then I bend, and then I keep my knee down, and I feel it in this gluteus. My bottom cheek, the muscle right there, all right? Let me show you on this side. So near my ankle, ankle at my knee. I keep my knee down, so not pointing up, down, and then I'm gonna bend, all right? And then when I bend, I feel that stretch in my glute. All right, the camera moves, so let's try that again. All right, it's gonna be better now. All right, let's try again. Ankle above my knee. Bend, see how my knee's staying down, and I feel that stretch right there, all right? Try that, ready, go. Side. So we started on this side, now we're going to do this side. Same again, ankle above your knee, and then bend. All right, I'm gonna not look at the camera this time, see if I can hold that. And then I sit into it and I bend and I can feel it in my glute. All right. Oh. Let's try that again. The camera is being difficult right now. Try that again. Ankle above my knee. I bend my knee, staying down, and I feel that stretch. All right, let's try that again with this. This, I keep moving. Helps the camera to look at me. But for some reason, when I'm doing it, it's like, no, let's look somewhere else. So let's try it again. Ankle above your knee. Keep your knee, so you want to keep that leg straight like that. And then we Let me get my balance. Then we bend and we sit into it. And you should, on that sit, so the lower you can sit, the more stretch you get here. You're probably going to find some down the side as well. So, your glute stretch and balance, ready, go. Okay, everybody, so that was flexibility and balance. Now, some of them you are going to find more tricky than others, and that's okay. What we're working on is increasing our stretching of our muscles so that we can do more. It also helps us to stop hurting ourselves when we exercise. Now, you guys are young enough that your muscles work much better than as we get older. So as we get older, it's much more important to do that. So we worked on balance, try and hold that position, and those stretches. Now, for some of them, if you didn't hold the balance for the whole 30 seconds, that's okay. As long as you fixed it and carried on, so if you needed to stop and then do it again, that's okay. If you do it again, it should get easier, all right? So nice job today, everybody. I will see you in the next video. So, bye for now. Okay, so now we've finished this lesson. Your job is to submit a photo of you doing one of the stretching, the flexibility, or the balance challenges. If it is a movement challenge, I don't want a photo of that. I want to see you doing your balance or stretches. So make sure you submit that using the media tab. I look forward to seeing them.
All right, great job today. So today was a little bit of a different lesson, and we were working on flexibility and balance. Flexibility is how far you can stretch or move around the joint. So what we did for that is we were doing some stretching activities to make our muscles longer and stronger. And then we also did some balance activities. The balance activities help us to make the muscles stronger, but in a different way. So when we combine those things, it's going to help us to be able to do more things in PE. Very nice job today, everybody. And finally, remember to submit a photo of you doing one of the flexibility, so the stretching, or the balance activities. Your photo must be you doing one of the balance or one of the stretch activities. I can't wait to see them. Woo! You're the best. You're number